So over the past few weeks, I've talked a lot about the Cleveland Cavaliers because they made a lot of moves so far in free agency, and some of the young players really showed their potential in Summer League. And just recently, the Cavs were rumored to have shown interest in a guy who I really think could help this team next season. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about that while also taking a deeper dive into how some of the players this team brought in can really help the young core. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are now on the road to 20k subscribers, and we are just growing super fast right now. So starting off, I'm just going to get right into the rumors. Recently, the Cavs have been linked to potentially trying to sign Christian Wood to a small short-term deal, and if they can pull it off, I think that would help the overall depth of this rotation so much. The huge knock on Christian Wood is his defense, but when he is on the floor, the team will likely also have Evan Mobley or Jarrett Allen out there, so the Cavs should be able to find a way to hide this, because outside of his defense, Wood is a great talent and could be exactly what this team needs. He stretches the floor, which is something that neither Mobley or Allen can do, which opens up so much space out there for Mitchell and Garland, so if the Cavs can find a way to pull this off and add him, he would fill the huge need of a bench big man and would be a crucial piece to the Cavs and would make them even more complete of a team. Speaking of filling huge roles that were needed last year, the Cavs desperately needed shooting on their team because outside of Garland, Mitchell, and at times LeVert, there was just no one who I believed could make a shot when they took it. The Cavs did not have a lot of cap space to work with this offseason, but I thought they did a very good job of filling the shooting need with what they had to work with. I think by now, almost everyone knows the two main pickups this team made in Max Strus and Georges Niang, who are both around 40% three-point shooters. Starting with Strus, he will most likely be the starter at small forward if everything goes according to plan. Although at the end of last season, he struggled in the finals to shoot the 3-ball, he is a very good shooter and will be able to space the floor and knock down shots, which is something that Isaac Okoro has still not shown the ability to do yet on a consistent basis. For Niang, he will be coming off the bench, and he has made a career out of being able to knock down wide open threes and even contested threes. He will give the Cavs a playable bench guy, which again is something that was exposed in the playoffs, as it seemed like they only had at most 3 playable bench guys, which is something that should definitely change this year with the addition of Niang, the re-signing of LeVert, and the addition of Strus, which will allow Okoro to come off the bench now. A few other minor additions the Cavs made to add more depth was the signing of Ty Jerome and trading for Damian Jones. Jerome could end up being the backup point guard this season, as some may prefer him over Ricky Rubio, who last season was just not the same player that he was before his season-ending injury the year before. Jerome is much younger, taller, and he's a better shooter than Rubio, so between the two, the Cavs should be set at backup point guard. As for Damian Jones, he is currently the backup center, which is why I really hope the Cavs can bring in Christian Wood, because they just need someone better than Jones. He is a good depth guy, but I think in order for this team to be the best it possibly can, they need a better backup center. Another guy who the Cavs were Summer League champions, there is definitely a lot of young talent down there in that roster, and outside of Bates, there are 3 guys that obviously stood out from the rest. 2 are already signed to two-way deals, and honestly, the Cavs might have the best two-way players with Bates and then Isaiah Mobley and Craig Porter Jr. Craig Porter Jr. was an undrafted rookie who had no attention coming out of college, but had a very solid summer league, and honestly, if Jerome and Rubio don't work out for some reason, or someone gets hurt, Porter could come in and play some backup point guard minutes sometime in the season. As for Mobley, who was the Summer League Finals MVP for the Cavs, he adds depth to the forward position and should develop even more in the G League this season. My only fear for him is that he's never going to be good enough for the NBA and is just always going to dominate in the G League. As for the last guy, it is of course Sam Merrill, who I think the Cavs need on their active roster because he has an incredible shooting ability, and of course that is what they were lacking last year, and even though like I said they added some guys, you really can't get enough. There's also a few other guys I feel like I need to mention, such as Sharif Cooper, but as for now, those guys just need to stay down in the G League and continue to develop, as there is no spots on this team because of just how talented it is from 1 through 15. With all this being said, these players will all make everyone who is already on the team better, especially Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. This will certainly create more space for them on the floor, because instead of them being the only ones able to shoot the 3 well on the floor, they will have 1 to 2 guys out there who can shoot it just as well that teams have to worry about, instead of just being able to help on them, which clogs up the lane. I cannot wait to see what this team does this season, because they are just so much more of a complete team with real shooters, a deep bench outside of the center position, which they can still add someone to help fix, more experience as they now know what the playoffs is like and how much more intense it is, as well as a year of playing together and understanding each other's games. Hopefully JB Bickerstaff can put it all together this year, because many people were calling him out last year and some even wanted him fired after the playoff debacle, but hopefully now he knows what the big stage is like and can prepare his team the best way possible to make them play to their fullest potential. With the dog days of the offseason now in full swing, the NBA offseason will be here before you know it, and I am very interested and excited to see how it goes this year, especially with the new edition of the in-season tournament. I don't really know how I feel about it, but I'll give it a chance, and we just have to see it play out. And who knows, maybe the Cavs can become the first ever team to win it, and they already won Summer League, so I mean, hey, just keep adding more. That's all I really have to say in this video. I just wanted to show what the Cavs have done this year in the offseason and how I think it will make them a way better team, because they really filled the holes that were exposed last season, and after a learning year, they could easily be a contender in the East just because of how talented they are. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this video and what you would like to see next. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly means the world, and until next time, I will see you all later.